Good evening, folks. Back on the porch again for an impromptu little hangout. I don't know. How's it going, Diesel? It's kind of cold. I think it's time to, Craig, salutations to you as well. I think it's time to pack the old pipe again. I haven't done this in a long time, and I'll tell you what, this pipe tobacco is a little old now, but it's been sealed in here, so I don't know if it's going to be good or not, or too dry, or if it's lost its mojo or whatever. We'll try it out. And we're drinking a little famous grouse on the rocks tonight, a little blended scotch. Got this insane mat of hair up here going. I don't even know what's happening there. As normal. Hi, Eddie. Or Edie, I can't remember. Remind me. Chris, you don't inhale it, so shouldn't have. Hey, Galactic Oyster, shouldn't have any effects on you, really, because you're not supposed to inhale. Kind of like cigar smoke, you don't inhale it. Eddie, thank you, Eddie. All right, I'm gonna try to. Caden, Merry Christmas to you too. Hey, Bill. So I'm gonna pack this in. Yeah, it's a little dry. We'll see how it burns, you know. So you're supposed to like fill it up and then pack it just a little bit, like you're shaking hands with a child. We're smoking just some pipe tobacco that I got. Actually, it's pretty old. Pack it down, and then you fill it up again, and then you pack it down. You shake hands as if you're shaking hands with a woman, so a little firmer. And then put the bowl back up there again, and then you press it down like you're shaking hands with a man. That's the old thing. So the bottom is not so. Hey, Pod, Rick, how's it going, buddy? So it's not so tight at the bottom that the air doesn't get through. Let me put a little bit more in there. Got some tobacco. Hey, Jake from Dallas, good old Dallas. My dad lives in Colleyville. I know you know where that is. It's a lovely December evening down here in Central Texas. It's not too cold. There's no wind, so it feels good. You know, Christmas should be cold in my book. And my book is The Christmas Carol. Okay. All right. Any travel plans? No, I'm staying put. We traveled for Thanksgiving up to Kansas City. And before that, yeah, we're drinking tonight some scotch, famous grouse. And then I'm going to switch to a single malt, which I got as a Christmas present from my dad. So what's going on here? All right. And we'll switch to that after this one. It's a little, when the breeze kicks up, it's a little, so it's summertime down there in Australia, isn't it, Eddie? With the old tilt to the earth. Yeah, so go get your drinks if you haven't already got one. I know, Chad, that Osage rub will treat you right. Even my 5-year-old uses it. You tried the old Home Alone thing, you know. Yeah. All right. Let's, got a little tamper here. Oh, there we go, on camera. Oh yeah, don't drink, Diesel. What are you drinking, Jake? No, you said LA. Is that Louisiana or Los Angeles? Because there's a big difference. Hold on. This is my little lighten rock. Okay, here we go. Hey, Thomas. How's it going, y'all? Favorite Christmas movie? Boy, I don't know. I love National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Los Angeles. Hey, Corpus Christi. A little vodka for Jake. I haven't spent much time in Corpus. I'm staying here, Galactic Oyster. I'm not going anywhere. The family's staying right here. Do I like the Dodgers? Well, I hate to tell you this, Diesel, but I'm an Astros fan, so sorry about the Dodgers 2 years in a row. But you were beat by 2 good teams, I suppose. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. Ooh, let the breeze die down for a second so it doesn't blow out my match. You're not supposed to light pipes with a lighter because of the butane. They just opened up a Raising Cane's in Corpus. Let me tell you, he's been busy every day. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Diesel. I know. Astros didn't do it this year either, so we can both feel bad for one another. I almost put this in my mouth. Thoughts on rum and coke? Excellent. I love rum. I just had a big rum and eggnog night on Tuesday. Used Gosling's black rum. Drinking Big Red? Oh, of course. Asher, you gotta have Big Red. I love Big Red. I love it, love it, love it. What liquor is good with Big Red? You know, I have never mixed a liquor with Big Red. I'd say rum would be good. Vodka, of course, would be a good mixer. But probably rum and vodka, something like that. Or vodka, I should say. Drinking Crown Lager? Is that like an Australian lager? Oh, Diesel. Oh well. All right. These matches are as old as the pipe tobacco. Come on. I'm gonna have to go get this match is done for. Ciroc. Come on, man. I might just have to light this with the lighter. Hold on. I wish I could send you a book on LBJ as your favorite. Yeah, I do like to read. I might have the book that you might be thinking about sending me. Hold on one second. Let me get a lighter over here. Not far, just off camera. I am fascinated. Do it like a cowboy with the bottom of my boot. Well, you know what? Hold on. I do have boots on. All right. Come on. No, it's the matches. Matches are bad. Cowboy boots. The matches are bad. They've been in that bag for a couple of years. All right, let's do this. So what you do is, you plan for Christmas? No, actually I have to work on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve. But no big deal. Real Sinatra, not SinatraLennon. Hey Matthew, hey Jordan. Cheers, season's greetings, Merry Christmas and all that. Happy holidays. Hanukkah's already over with, so I guess Christmas is the next big one coming up. Okay, let me try to light this dry old tobacco. Gotta get that Christmas voice acting in. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, exactly. It will be on microphone what I'm doing. Ooh, that smells good. Pipe tobacco. Christmas is only 5 days away. That's right. There's a bug crawling across the floor over here. So you toast the top of it a little bit. Oh, the Aristocrats, good. Good. Tried Dr. John's? No, I haven't tried Dr. John's. I know, it's gonna be 2019, then it'll be 2020, and then who knows what comes after that. I have no idea. I'm not good with math. I'm just kidding. You can find those Aristocrats on eBay. Yeah, Jordan, it's funny, I get these different things, like I remind people of Tim Allen or Kevin Nealon or Bob Odenkirk, things like that. I get all different kinds of mentions. Yeah, eBay. I figured out it's actually a 48 with a bar pull handle with the rodeo. Oh, a 48. Cool. How cool is that? To be shaving with something that old. I wish I was Tim Allen. I wish I had Tim Allen's money, or at least his voiceover gigs. That would be nice. See that? No, I can't blow smoke rings. Oh, yeah, Nicolas Cage, that's another one. It's the giant forehead. Yeah, it's the giant forehead. Thank you, Jordan. No, Jake, I don't do Tim Allen, that roll. Oh, I just said I wasn't going to do it, and I did it. Okay, then you got to tamp it down to keep that. I'm not a pipe expert, by the way. Asher, I wish I could. I can't blow smoke rings, especially outside when there's a breeze. Hi, Wet Shaving. How's it going? If you never join me on these little porch hangouts, I don't shave. I just hang out. And drink some scotch, of course, usually. And sometimes I smoke a pipe, like tonight. I just felt like it was a pipe smoking night. My kids are off, and my wife is off tomorrow. It's the beginning of their vape tricks. No vaping for me. Don't smoke, kids. I haven't smoked a pipe in a long time. No, it's just pipe tobacco. Just pipe tobacco. But it is dry. You know, James, I thought about bringing the guitar out here, but I don't want to get like a YouTube copyright strike just for strumming in some bad version of a Beatles song. Yep, just chilling before the holidays. Eddie, I like cigars like on a very rare occasion, because the thing that gets me is the next morning I can still taste it and I was like, ugh, it's just too much. Drinking some scotch, folks. Some famous grouse blended scotch on the rocks. And I got some single malt on deck. And it's just a nice, slightly breezy, cool night out tonight. It's like, what's the temperature? Let me see. It's 54 degrees Fahrenheit, about 12 degrees Celsius for those of you that know how to tell the temperature from Celsius. I actually looked it up before I started, just so I wouldn't seem so ignorant. It's not doing too bad. This pipe. What did I get the kids for Christmas? What did I get them? I got them these inflatable bed things that they saw in the mall. It's like a big thing you fill up with air, and then you close it up and you can lay on it. And I got a really cheap drone for the older boy. It was like one of these Star Wars drones. It looks like Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. I got it on clearance at Walmart for like $30 about 6 months ago. It came out, it was like $200. Down in Miami, yeah. What's up, Will? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Guys, I say this every time. If you've not watched Will Carter's videos, check out his channel. Oh, Bill Lefroy, yes. Or as my buddy calls it, Leapfrog. Yeah, I am not good with peated whiskey, man. I am not good. The only peated whiskey that I like is Lagavulin. And Springbank, which is slightly peated. Springbank is a fantastic single malt scotch, and it's just slightly peated. They have another distillation which is heavily peated, and then one that's not peated at all, but the normal Springbank, like 10-year-old. But Lefroy is too much for me. I can't do Lefroy, I can't do Ardbeg. Pete just does not agree with me. I'm a Highlands guy. Bob's Big Boy here. The Bob Ross of shaking. The Bob Ross Big Boy, the Bob's Big Boy Ross of you guys figured it out. I love tequila. I like mezcal. Notice how I said that love and like. But I like a good smoky mezcal. That's one thing that it's not peated, it's done with whatever smoke they use, but I do like a nice smoky mezcal. Have you ever heard of a Mad Dog Margarita? You ever heard a Guy Clark song? Today I found out they're $400 safety razors. What are they made out of? Like the sweat of virgins or something? Springbank, Bill. Springbank, yeah. Black Box Vodka. What are you doing tonight, Will? You're out there, are you in Arizona? Or New Mexico? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since we discussed Springbank, yeah. Springbank 10-year-old. You don't have to buy the 12, 15, or 18. The Springbank 10-year-old single malt is fantastic. I feel like Bing Crosby. I should sing White Christmas. Colorado. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my brother lives in Colorado, in Bayfield, out near Durango. Bill, if you like a good scotch... Oh, cool. That's right, you don't drink, right, Will? Or do you? No, you do. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Good, you found the Barbasol 100th anniversary can? That's cool. Yeah, I like that thing. I'm going to save it. And I'll use my normal Barbasol and then use it. Which should last me a good long while. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Springbank. So Springbank, if you go on, if you watch YouTube, you guys ever watch YouTube? It's this new thing. No, so there's a fantastic channel called Ralphie, Ralfy, and he's very, very knowledgeable when it comes to all kinds of whiskey. He lives in the Isle of Man, which is like a little island in between Ireland and Scotland, and he knows his stuff. And he takes a tour of the Springbank distillery a few years ago. And the cool thing is, Springbank is like a small independent one. Good old live stream, cute Poison Games. The only person I like to listen to is stream. Oh, thanks, cute Poison Games. Anyway, so I think it's an independent distillery, and so they do everything as if it was 150 years ago. There's no computerization. There's no machines bottling things. It's like if they need to write some information down. Hi, Max. They write it on a chalkboard on the tank, and they do everything by hand. They bottle it by hand. They put the labels on by hand. It's and the scotch is fantastic. It's only like $50 for a bottle of the 10-year-old. Now they get more expensive with age, obviously. Hey, Jose, how you doing, man? Drinking some scotch tonight, folks. Yeah, Ralphie.com. That's right. You got it. He's 17. Figured get him started. That's right. Yeah. If you're under 21 or under 18, don't drink, don't smoke yet. Just start learning about what you will eventually drink. Don't smoke it. As I take a puff off this pipe, but you don't inhale. It's just this. Really, it's just being outdoors when it's nice and cool, and the scent is great. Pipe smoke. So what's everybody doing for Christmas? If you celebrate Christmas, what's everybody doing for the winter December holiday? Hey, Alex. No, you didn't miss. We pretty much just started. Let's see, what time did we start? We started, what, about not even 20 minutes ago. I have 3 so far, 2 cheap peas and 1 butterfly, yeah? That's right, Alex missed out. And what did I call you, girl, Alex? Is that right? Standing duty this year? Where are you standing duty, Bill? Staying home for Christmas with your mom and dad. That's cool. Did you ask for anything in particular? Skylar flying home to South Dakota. Going back to Oklahoma. Bulking up on food. Yeah, you and me both, brother. Coast Guard. Cool. Well, thanks for your service and keeping our shores safe and everything like that. That would be one of the scarier branches of service for me, just because I don't know, being on the ocean, there's just so unpredictable, so much power. I got 3 events that I DJ for this holiday. That's cool. Yeah, see, Skylar grew up in South Dakota. Mark Mongo 44. And girl Alex. Girl Alex, where do you live? I forgot. Didn't even make out a Christmas list. That's okay. I'm sure Bill, it never gets bored. Tamp this down a little bit more. I look like I know what I'm doing. Ah, good old Chicago, of course. Love Chicago. When was I just there with the wife? Back in May? For a fundraiser. Yeah. My dad lived there in the 80s. Suburbs where? Like north, south? I couldn't say, you can't really say, which way is Lake Michigan? Not east or west. My dad used to live up in Lake Bluff. So north, just south of Lake, like the poor portion of Lake Forest. Sort of near where they filmed the Home Alone movie, Did a lot of Home Alone stuff on the... All right. Have a good Christmas, Will. Enjoy yourself. Ah, the good old mountains of eastern Kentucky. I drove through Kentucky once. I drove from Cleveland down here and drove through Kentucky. I stopped at a White Castle somewhere in Kentucky. Alpha, I'm enjoying myself too much this holiday season. Oh, I promised myself going into this, I'm like, I'm going to do a Christmas diet where I just don't even, drink eggnog or eat cookies, but it's all falling by the wayside. What did somebody say? My genes are saying no more cookies and eggnog, and my Sweatpants are saying, "We got you, bro." No, it's not really that cold, Matthew. It's actually only at 54 degrees Fahrenheit, 12 degrees Celsius. Impressive that I know both, right? Because I looked it up beforehand. I have a long smoking pipe. No, this is the only one I own. This is it. Let's see. Hello, sir. You already messed that up with the shade of whipped cream. Oh, I didn't mess anything up. That was planned from the start. What age did I start drinking? 21. 21. No, I drank a little bit in college, like when I was 18. I just didn't like it though. I wasn't into drinking until probably my late 20s, something like that. But it was the kind of thing where I would drink like sweet drinks, like beer. Like I didn't like beer at all. Now I love it, of course, as you grow older and your tastes change. I should get one like Gandalf, yeah. I was watching this fascinating YouTube video. Have you heard of YouTube? That joke's old. Have you ever heard of mudlarking on the Thames? It's where you go when the tide is low on the Thames in London, and you go looking around in the mud and you can find stuff just laying there in the mud. And like things, you know how old London is from the Roman times. They find pottery from the Roman times and all the way up till now. And what they have mostly are these little clay pipes that they find, like just thousands of these little broken clay pipes, little white clay pipes. Because back in the day, it was kind of like the cigarette butt of its day. Your clay pipe would get clogged up, and because they were so cheap and they're made out of clay, you just threw it in the Thames. So now there's just thousands and thousands of these clay pipes just laying there in the mud still from, the 1500s all the way up till, when they kind of stopped, I think in the early 20th century perhaps. It's fascinating to me, that kind of stuff. So I need to get one of those clay pipes, like this little long thin thing. Yeah, mudlarking. It's called mudlarking. There's when this live stream is done, if you're still bored or something, check out mudlarking on the Thames, and there's just tons of videos of people that go and do that. Fascinating stuff. I mean, they've even found like human skulls, and not from modern, deaths, like medieval peasants or something that were just unceremoniously thrown into the Thames. It's terrible. Ooh. What's that, a cat? Wait. Hold on, there's either a cat or a possum or a raccoon. Hold on. I'm going to turn on the flashlight. Hold on. If I don't come back, call the police. I'll be right back. What is it? Oh, something's climbing over the fence. Ah, it's a raccoon. Get out of here. Get out of here. I wish you guys could have seen that. It was a big fat raccoon that came waddling along. Oh my goodness, yeah, big fat raccoon. Here I am, I'm back. I survived. Now, I used to have the raccoons here because they were always getting into my garbage, but then I tied the thing off. I love raccoons, they're fascinating. I tied the lids down, and then they stopped coming because they learned that that guy has obviously moved on to my neighbor's house. I don't know where he came from. Anyway, yeah, I like raccoons. I know they're pests, but I don't mind them. I so rarely see them. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's Christmas time. We're on the porch. We're all hanging out. I'm almost down to the bottom of my famous grouse. Skylar and Mark are hitting it off because they come from two different places. Did you hear about the discovery of the oldest intact shipwreck in the Black Sea? No, tell me about it. What's my favorite Christmas song? Probably White Christmas. I love White Christmas by Bing Crosby, the original version. And a ton of, what's that special single malt? Actually, it's not that special. It's just a Macallan 12. I have this is a concrete patio. I'm sitting in a metal chair. I mean, it's a porch. One man's porch is another man's, you know, metal chair and concrete patio. The underneath me is just concrete. It's not like a beautiful overlooking, you know, wooden deck or anything. Hey, Mike. A Greek vessel intact for over 2,400 years. Are there things on it like pottery and those old what do they call them? What are those Greek urns called? Amphora? Amphora? That's what I find fascinating. If you ever go to Kansas City, there is, they found a shipwreck of, what's it called? Gosh. Oh, I'm drawing a blank on it. Anyway, Kansas City, so if you Google Kansas City shipwreck, it'll pop up. It's like the Bell or the, I can't remember. Anyway, so in the 1970s, I believe, some researchers knew I'm going to be live for, I don't know, maybe another hour or so. I'm not sure, Asher. Anyway, a shipwreck went down, or a paddleboat, steamboat in the Missouri River went down in the 1850s. And it went down with all of its, it was like going to be resupplying general stores all up and down the Missouri River. So it had, you know, hundreds of boxes of dry goods and clothes and everything you would find in a store in the 1850s in the United States. So this thing sunk in the Missouri River and was never recovered. So these researchers researched where the river had moved, because rivers move over time, you know, they meander and change their flow. And they figured out that this ship would now be, hey Mike, would now be in the middle of a field, just smoking some pipe tobacco. And so they found it. They did this, you know, magnetic resonance imaging and found it underneath. I don't know if that's right on an MRI. Hey Edward. And they found this paddle wheel boat from the 1850s that had sunk in the Missouri River, was now in the middle of like a, you know, a field next to the river. They dug it up, and every single thing that was on it was still intact. Like boxes and crates of food and, you know, whiskey and clothes and buttons and plates, like fine porcelain, hundreds and thousands of items actually. And now they are all on display in this museum in Kansas City. You can see everything, like hats, boots, everything from the 1850s, perfectly preserved, because that's how far down it was in the mud. It was called an anaerobic atmosphere. There was no oxygen. And that, exactly like a time capsule, a perfect time capsule. Like the perfume bottles, if you open it up, it still smelled beautiful of perfume. Like, you know, jars of olives and cherries, if you open up, you could eat them. You know, that kind of thing. And they're all on display in this beautiful museum in downtown Kansas City. So if you're ever there and you're interested in like history and like absolute time capsules, go there. I wish I could remember. I could Google it. Oh, come on, let's do this. I'll do it for you. I'll do the research for you. Let's see. Shipwreck Museum, Kansas City. Here we go. The Arabia Steamboat Museum. Oh, shoot. The Arabia. That's what it's called. So it was a steamboat on the Missouri River in the 1850s. And they still had every single thing on board, from little toys and buttons and porcelain to, well, I already said all that. And whiskey. Has anybody tasted that whiskey? I guarantee they did. I would have. Macallan 12, you say? Macallan 12. Now this is the double cask. I got this from my dad. Yeah, Craig, you should check it out. It's worth it. Kansas City, I love Kansas City. It is one of the cleanest cities I've ever visited, and it's got that living history feel to it. Like, you know, their heyday was the 20s and 30s, the jazz age, and it still feels like a lot of the Kansas City is part of that. I think that's about it for this pipe. I'm gonna dump it out. Let me scrape it out with this little thingy here. Oh, life is good, buddy. Hold on, I'm just off camera scraping my pipe. What? This is a family channel. Looks like it could have been the ship that carried Odysseus past the sirens on his journey. Black Sea is very low on oxygen, therefore there you go. Girl Alex, you got some knowledge. You're laying some knowledge down on us. I like that. You gotta like anybody that's I don't wash my jeans very often because they always shrink. Yeah, my jeans shrink extra fast during the holidays for some reason. Am I more of an urban or rural kind of guy? I guess I don't live in a giant city like a New York or Chicago, but you know, I've always just lived in the suburbs. I've never lived in the country, but I do love getting out into the country in Texas. I have to. There's like something about there's this need. How do I balance family, work, hobbies, and friends with your growing channel? I don't know. I just kind of live, you know, day to day and do the you know, routine. You kind of have these. You set up these routines in life that hopefully don't become ruts. But you know, you get up, you take the kids to school, you go to work, you get things done. If something in the house breaks, you take care of that. If you don't know how to take care of it, you try to figure it out yourself. And if you can't figure it out, then you hire somebody to do it. But you know, just I guess I don't know. I guess I've never thought about it like, you know, how do I balance it? I just kind of figured out a way to do it without thinking about it. I'm not sure. But as far as this channel is concerned, I don't know. I just kind of do it for fun. Like you guys, you know, it's fun to be out hanging out on the porch and chatting with y'all and making, you know, silly videos where I shave with whipped cream and grow beards and shave beards and talk about stuff and, you know. Nah, I don't want to do vlogs. My life's not that interesting. Believe me. Am I still stormtrooping? Yes. Discovered my old video. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, still trooping. Still a member of the 501st. Giveaway for 10,000 subs. Yeah. I did just reach 5,000 subs. That's pretty good, isn't it? I mean, I see a lot of people with, how come I wasn't on YouTube Rewind? No, just kidding. I can speak French and Russian, yeah. Do more Star Wars videos. Favorite type of trooper? The original, A New Hope trooper. That's my favorite. Always will be in the 1977. Good job, Chad. Always shave shirtless. That's what I say. Okay, one last. Out into the yard. Oh, YouTube Rewind is that dumb thing they do every year where they have the YouTube influencers. They put together like a 9-minute video, and it's silly. I feel like the Bob Ross of shaving is back. Yes, Beto, I'm back. Oh, I never left. I'm just here, you know, living life. Now, I'm sorry, I keep rubbing my hands, but I'm trying to get like gunk from my. I know exactly, Chris. Good night, Jake. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy everything. Season's greetings to you and yours. Yeah, it's a waste of time. Don't worry about it. Is shaving better with a machine or a razor? Well, you will always get a closer shave with a razor. I'm sorry, no matter what anybody tells you, there is no electric razor that will shave you as close as a razor blade. It's just not physically possible because there's zero between the razor and your face, and there's, you know, a very small amount of metal in between the cutting blades of an electric razor and your face. So, see, do I believe in the paranormal? I'm open to anything. You made me start watching Bob Ross because I didn't. Oh, there you go. I used to watch Bob Ross when I was a kid when he was on PBS, and it's funny, he's had this resurgence in the past few years of young people discovering him and understanding like why he was so fun to watch. I mean, he's like a total hippie, which is great, right? But he's so peaceful. It's kind of like Mr. Rogers. Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers. They're just like, if you watch them, if you're stressed out with terrible, you know, just dealing with like modern problems and all the silliness of this kind of like the culture now, like the pop culture, which seems so sort of shallow and vapid and like meaningless, and you know, you always point to the Kardashians for that sort of stuff. That's what I mean. That kind of stuff. It's like, oh, after a while, that and Instagram and things like that. But when you watch somebody that you could tell is like a truly good person, like Bob Ross or Mr. Rogers, it's just like this breath of fresh air. And if you haven't watched either of those guys, then do yourself a favor and watch it. But it is funny that there's been a resurgence in interest in both of them recently, probably as a result of kind of like a kickback to our society now and our culture and the way things are. I like that PBS Digital Studios did the auto. I've never seen that one. Such a globalized world, we're losing a sense of understanding for others. Yep, I know. It seems like we've become more divisive and more sort of polarized rather than brought together by technology in general. I don't know. So what we can do is like seek out these little pockets on the internet of, hopefully something positive or something good or something, I don't want to say wholesome, but because I'm out here smoking a pipe and drinking whiskey, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Something real, I guess. Somebody that's not just screaming into the camera trying to be funny on YouTube, which, sorry, I'm looking over my shoulder for raccoons because that raccoon that came by earlier that invaded my yard earlier. Anyway, you've seen a lot of things on YouTube that probably you might feel the same way I do, that it's just like, really? Just screaming. Speaking of paranormal, I just finished watching the movie Hereditary. Definitely check out Garden of Your Mind, okay? So Eddie asked if I believe in the paranormal. Like I said, I'm open to anything. I've never seen anything paranormal. It's fascinating, of course, but, oh, that's right, Twitch held a Bob Ross marathon. I wonder if that's what did it, Craig. I wonder if that's what brought back or made him, like, make people aware of him that had never experienced him before. Hey, whatever turns somebody on to something good is all right with me. But yeah, ghosts. No, I've never seen one. I've never experienced one. I was never big into the X-Files. Alex, my buddy Chuck, was huge into the X-Files. So I'll get him on here sometime, and you guys can geek out over Scully and Mulder. Although I did always have a crush on Mulder, of course, as every guy did. Okay, folks, it's time to move on to the good stuff. Now, the real good stuff I have is inside. It's Aberlour Abana, which I got for a gift this year. It's like a $90 bottle of scotch. This is only about $50, which still is a lot of money if you think about it, for a little bit of liquid in a glass bottle. But this stuff is so good. Sheesh, I know. Tell me, have I ever shaved my legs? No, Edward, I've never shaved my legs. Neither have I shaved my armpits. All right, my dad got this for me on Sunday. We had my dad and sister and stepmom over. All right, poor little, just a wee dram, as they say. If you guys haven't checked out Ralphie, Ralfy on YouTube, Ralphie.com, then you should. He's knowledgeable in all things Scotch and rum. Hey, Daniel. Good to see you. Oh, this stuff smells like cherries. This is a Glencairn glass, Eddie. This is it's a little dirty, even though it just came out of the dishwasher. Just me touching it, did it do that? Lafroig. Yes, Bill, have some Lafroig. Enjoy your peat. Enjoy the peaty goodness of the Lafroig. But this is very much not peated, like a Highland. It's the Macallan Highland single malt 12-year-old Scotch whiskey. It smells like rich, like black cherries and dry fruits and things like that. There you go. Mark, can I call you Mark? Cheers. Now, I should put a little water in this because I think it's 43%. Yeah, you might not need it at 43. You might water it down too much. No, let's raise our glasses to everyone that's, drinking a campfire. I've never heard of Chumbolo. Chumbolo? Here's to all of us. Chintani. It's got to be pretty early over there, Eddie. Hey Siri, what time is it in Australia? Salud.
In Canberra, Australia, it's 3:30.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, it gave me Canberra, so it's 3:30 p.m. No, it's almost the cocktail hour over there. Oh man, this smells good. This is such good stuff. Come to Miami. I went to Miami one time a few years ago. We stayed down in Key West and then spent the night in Miami. But we were in a hotel with children, mind you, when I say this, that had a live DJ playing all night long in lobby until about 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was the worst experience. The worst. And they didn't care, and we said, hey, it's, are you sorry, this is what we do. And it was in one of those old Art Deco 1930s hotels, so you could hear everything all night long, and we had kids, and we're like, what? I know Miami's a party city, and you got that going on, but that was unfortunately my only experience so far with Miami. And I know that I could have much more fun and someplace different. Yeah, we're just chatting about stuff, Daniel. Crispy rice, what's popping? Probably you, crispy rice. Is that what happens? Make it crispy. Snap, crackle, and popping. We're having some Macallan single malt scotch, some 12-year-old. Some of us are having some Lefroy scotch, which is like drinking a campfire or sucking on a Band-Aid. Suburban part of Miami, exactly, not the downtown beach area. No man nips, shoulders only. And in this case, a shawl-collared sweater that my wife gave me. Can't really tell, but that is always my promise to you. No man nips. But I also will not shave with a shirt on. Everybody seems to, don't they? I understand. Listening to freestyle music earlier. What is freestyle music, Alex? A dram of Battle Hill 8-year-old. Is that a bourbon? What is Battle Hill? Is that Irish whiskey? I'm not sure I know what Battle Hill is. Oh, man, this stuff. I know Macallan is, owned by a huge distributor like Diageo or something like that. It's like the Coca-Cola of single malt scotch, but it is fantastic. I love it. 80s and 90s. Try to challenge shaving my head off. No more shaving cream. The only way I'm using shaving cream is eating. Yeah, single malt scotch. Oh, it is? Battle Hill? Huh. Interesting. Where is it from? Like Isla or the Highlands or anything like that? Sorry, I keep doing this. It just seems to be Cynthia, change on me. What smells are you picking up in that drink? Well, Isla, okay. So is it peated? Because I know most Islas are peated, but I don't know if they're... So, drinking back out at the same time. I know. Mark, cheers. Clink. Read books are recommending reading Amusing Ourselves to Death by Neil Postman. Right. So what smells am I picking up here? Like I said, black cherries, which is I love anything cherry flavored. Dark cherries, dark rich black cherries. I'm picking up dark black cherry, like a boozy cherry, And Ken Surfs and Paul H. Films always shave with shirt on. I know, it's weird. Hey, Petabyte. Other dried fruits. I'm not getting a lot of oak. It's very clean and very fruity. Can I have one of my old safety razors? You can, of course, if you want to pay the good night, Chris. Salute. Pay the shipping. I need to, hey, Bel Air Music 79. Is that Bel Air like down in Houston, or is that something else? Ask any Mexican tomorrow about Latin freestyle, they'll give you an idea. Okay. So good. Hey, SinatraLennon. I bought my first menthol aftershave. I know, it's good, isn't it, Patrick? How's the old safety razor things work? Like, have they been used since the year on it? Yeah. Have I got any pictures of me when I was younger? Yeah, on the thumbnail of this hangout is me when I was younger. Did you look at that? That's me when I was a young man, probably like 10 or 11. Hey, Joy, you're on time. Welcome. We're having some single malt scotch here. Some Macallan. Christmas present from my dad. The Macallan 12-year-old double cask, which means they were matured in sherry seasoned American and European oak cask. It's just a marketing thing, It's just another way to get you to buy a different kind. I don't know if it imparts anything special. I feel like you would like the book The Wright Brothers. I love anything David McCullough is fantastic. What about when you were 16 or 25? Why do politicians always shave? Interesting. You should drink very expensive scotch. Neat. Wait, so it faded before I was able to read that last one. Wait, let me turn this on, see if I can. No. Okay. Wait, hold on. Live chat. Chat, all messages are visible. Oh, there we go. I usually drink very expensive scotch. Hey, I figured out how to turn it on and be able to work. But I usually prefer it over one ice cube. Well, I'll tell you what though, Mark. If you put it on ice though, it will make it some of the flavors go away because it's too cold. So instead of using ice, just put a little bit of water in, like just a tablespoon or half of a tablespoon of water. That's what I would say. Hold on here. All right, let's see. What have I missed? Fragrance review. Oh yeah, Daniel, that's cool. Mr. Fragrance saying this big. Yeah. How cool is the weather in Texas? It's 12 degrees Celsius. Hello, folks. Hello, Sinatra. Hello, _B. I just got home from college. A girl said no to me after I came to Waldo with a sign on my number next to the class. Have you had bourbon recently? I have had bourbon. Joy. I had some. My stepdad is a bourbon collector, and yes, I do celebrate Christmas. And I had some Pappy Van Winkle. Hey, Sean, how you doing? Had some Pappy Van Winkle 23, and I'm just not a big bourbon guy. I do like bourbon, but I absolutely love Scotch. But yeah, so you do a rusty nail, Billy? That's what my father-in-law does constantly. Just not constantly, but that's one of his main drinks, the rusty nail. Yeah, this doesn't need any water. Now, I do have some Scotch inside that was also a gift from my mom. The $90 bottle of Scotch, which is, eesh. What age did I start to drink Scotch? Probably my mid-30s, probably. It takes a while to get the hang of it. Anyway, so this Scotch inside is, so this Macallan is 43% alcohol by volume. And so you can drink it just neat, like this. But the Aberlour I have inside is straight from the cask, so it's about 60% alcohol by volume. And if you try to drink that without adding water, it'll just burn your taste buds. You won't taste anything. It'll just be too much. Highland Park, I've tried only a couple of times. Do I carry a pocket knife? I used to, and my grandfather always did, which I love. But I got one of those kinds that clip onto my pocket, but it was just too much, Hey, is bourbon sweet or bitter like whiskey? Bourbon is more earthy and bitter than Scotch. Scotch seems to be a cleaner sort of taste to me. Like the bourbon is more sour and oaky and earthy, if that makes sense. Recently I tasted Old Monk for the first time. What is Old Monk? Water or soda? Just like in single malt, just a tad bit of water, never any soda. I don't drink Scotch and soda. If I drink Scotch, it's on the rocks, like blended Scotch, like I was earlier. If you weren't here earlier, I was drinking some Scotch on the rocks. Just blended Scotch, but I would never put single malt Scotch on ice. But if you want to, like I always say, do whatever you want to do, whatever you prefer. Don't listen to what experts say. Don't listen to what I say. Just do what you like. If you want to put the most expensive Scotch on the rocks, go for it. Absolutely go for it. Redbreast 12 cask Irish whiskey. Good. Put orange juice in there? No. Not in Scotch. No, Scotch would not go well with orange juice. Not at all. Did I have Boulevard in KC? I don't know if I did or not. Oh well, Caden. Caden's one of my biggest fans, and he's such a sweet guy. And so thanks for that. Yeah, orange juice and Scotch wouldn't be good. Of course, I've tried Irish coffee. In fact, today I had a little bit of, I guess it would be more like Jamaican coffee. I put just a splash of rum into my coffee this afternoon. I had some alcoholic eggnog, yes. In fact, like Tuesday night when I have my little live acoustic Beatles show that we do every week, we had our yearly eggnog jam. And so that meant we had a lot of eggnog with a lot of rum in it, a lot of dark rum, Gosling's dark rum. It was good stuff. Because eggnog can be so sweet for me. I have a sweet tooth, but I don't have like a giant sweet tooth. I have more like a savory tooth. Yeah, bourbon. I've never had bourbon in eggnog. I just put rum in it, strangely enough. I think most people do put bourbon. I don't know. Like I said, to each his own. Do I look? I haven't looked at myself in the video. I've been avoiding that, but I seem to look a little bit older in this light. Oh my goodness. That's the aging process, folks. But that's okay. I'll drink to that. Thanks, Dad, if you're watching. Drambuie coffee, rum and coke is great. Absolutely. Dripping the alcohol from the doctor's office in a glass of... No. No, Edward, don't do that. No, that kind of alcohol is not for drinking. Isopropyl alcohol? No, no, no. Nothing like a bottle of scotch. Yeah, that's right. The old Ron Burgundy scotch. Hello, Zero Espresso. You mentioned before what's my birthday. It's in August. And so I'm a Virgo, whatever that means. I don't know. I don't subscribe to astrological signs necessarily. Yes, I get hung over accidentally. Like I could, I could have like this little bit of scotch and have a hangover. That's what happens. Gold Dot, I'll tell you in a minute. I haven't had VAT 69, Joy. Yeah, I can have, when I was younger, I would never get a hangover no matter how much I drank or what I drank. But now I can drink one glass of scotch and I can get a hangover. It's terrible. I'm a Virgo _B. So we're close. We're close. We're butting up against each other. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. That's why I can't really, like go crazy drinking like I might have done in my early 30s when I was single. Oh, girl Alex is a Leo. I call her girl Alex. That's my nickname for her just because I didn't know she was a girl for the longest time. And then she said, I'm a girl. Anyway. That's my nickname for you, girl Alex. I can drop the girl if you want me to just call you Alex, but I thought it was kind of cute. No? Yes? No? Alex the girl. ATG. Anyway, what are we talking about? Okay. Hey, whatever you want, I'll tell you. What's my current age? I'm 48. I'll shave before Christmas Eve church, and I'll shave. There you go, Chad. How's that Rockwell treating you? Hey, here's the question, Chad. What plate do you use? Like it's 1 through 6, right? Which one do you use? I use the 5. I haven't tried the 6, and maybe I should try the 6. Because I like those aggressive shaves, but I haven't tried the 6. Will you attend midnight mass? No, I won't. I do celebrate Christmas, but I don't really ever go to the church part. Like on Christmas Eve. What do you think of trying Russian Rapira Platinum Lux blades? I don't know. Number 5. Good man, Chad. Trying to get those pink disposable razors? I guess so. What's up? Wait, hold on. Let me look. Sorry. There we go. What's up, Johan? Try the 6 in the next video. Maybe I should. The Nivea shaving cream, is it actually shaving cream, or is it like that stuff I tried the other day, which is non-foaming shaving like paste that you put on your face? And speaking of that, remember, I don't know if you remember in one of the last hangouts I was talking about, there's a tube of Barbasol on, oh yeah, hold on. Gold Dot, I do voiceovers for a living, like, commercials and video games and Japanese animation dubbing, that kind of stuff. Oh, so it is shaving cream. It's 2-pack of rolling, we fall asleep. Yeah, exactly. What was I saying? Gosh, dang it. See, I get lost in reading the little chat, and what was I saying? Someone put me back on track. What was I saying before I was asked about my occupation? Oh yeah, the Barbasol. Thank you, Alex. Notice I just called you Alex. Yeah, so there's this vintage Barbasol on eBay that has been up for $25. Yeah, I did work for Funimation. I did a little bit of work for Funimation, more for ADV films back in the day. Girl Alex, okay. Yeah, so it was for $25, $24, and like $11 shipping, and it's like, that's too much. And then he dropped the price now to $20 plus $10 shipping. So if I keep watching it, because no one's gonna buy this thing except me, right? It's waiting for me. So I'm just gonna wait till it comes down to about $5 and I'll buy it. I'm not spending $25 plus $10 shipping on a vintage Barbasol, even though that would be very cool. You think Gillette should make a 100th anniversary? Wait, hold on. 100th, yes, they should make a new Fat Boy on the 100th anniversary. Absolutely, yeah. $10 is much too much for shipping for a small, box like this with a tube in it. They're just trying to cover their costs, I guess. But yes, Gillette should come out with a replica of their Fat Boy and make it gold, make it fancy because, you know, hipsters and young folks that are, appreciate these kind of things are going to buy those things. You could sell them for, $75. And Eddie, do you have a little, is your avatar Osage rub? You madman. I love you Australians. I'm planning to get the Fat Boy next year on your birthday. Well, how much are Fat Boys going for on eBay these days? Should we look? Let's do this live, shall we? I'm going to open up, got the old iPhone 8 here. Let's see. Gillette. Fat Boy. Hey, why is there a picture of me coming up when I... Okay, so get this. Well, the first one's sponsored, so we'll skip that. But look, the sponsored one says $180. That's ridiculous. But then the next one is $34 with an hour left. Ooh, an hour and 31 minutes left. Eddie got rubbed. So $34. If that goes, I'm gonna watch that because it's actually in the package and it's got some vintage blades. Watch. Hour and a half. Folks, get on there. 30 with $3 shipping. That's more like it. Then there's there's one that they say is a Fat Boy. Yeah, it might be a Fat Boy. Sometimes it looks like a Fat Boy, but it's the one with the thinner handle. But I think that might be a Fat Boy for $40 or best offer. So, yeah, I mean, everybody go on eBay right now, and if there's something for less than $40, like for a Fat Boy, and you really want to try some, absolutely buy. But then there's some for here's one for $63. One for Well, okay, so see, here's one that they think is a Fat Boy, but isn't. Sorry, it's too bright. Wait, let me adjust the brightness. Hold on. Oop. See, that is not a Fat Boy, but they think it is. But it's still only $15, so, it's like the thinner handled version of a Fat Boy. But anyway, yeah, so if you can get one for that price, for like $40 or less, I would absolutely get one. Yeah, don't pay more than that. Be getting your rhodium plated Fat Boy in the next couple of weeks, you dirty dog. I need to do that. Some sellers were replating them and using fancy photography. Yeah, exactly. I have a 1960 Fat Boy. I use it because it gives me too many nicks. Yeah, I get nicks from it too. From mine. I think mine's 1960, isn't it? Yeah. Ours were in the factory at the same time. What do you think of that? My old grungy and yours. But it does nick me up more than my Rockwell. That's why I use the Rockwell all the time. Ever tried the Q-Shave Double Age 4? No? I have, I keep getting, I got a package, yeah, girl Alex, I should offer him a lower price. I keep getting packages from these kind people that send me stuff to try out, and I've got one. I haven't even opened the box yet, but from a friend of the channel in Thailand, he sent me some stuff. So we'll have to open that up, and then I got package like a shaving brush and a razor from, it's called the Beard, what is it called? The Beard Company, something like that. And then I get a lot of Chinese manufacturers asking me to try out things. Sometimes I think they're kind of scams. They're like, oh, just send us your credit card number, we'll send it to you. But there have been a couple where you can tell they are actual on the up and up. And one person sent me that. Sent me the electric razor, and it was on the up and up. Need to get a new razor. I have very coarse beard hair. Sweet. Boy, I don't know any of the new ones like the Merkur, Merkur. I've heard it pronounced 80 different ways. Merkur. I don't know how you pronounce it exactly, but that or the what's the other one? There's a lot of modern razors, but if you find one that is more aggressive, then that would be probably work out for your coarse beard hair. Wait, hold on a second. Let me look at the live chat because it goes away. It fades away on my little iPad here. No, I haven't figured out the Badger brush. I even tried the good my good shaving soap. I still haven't figured it out. You know, I will not pay if if they want me to try their product, they can send it to me. You're right, Eddie. Dylan, hey Sinatra, just want to thank you for your videos and for taking the time to get them out to us. I enjoy them immensely. Wishing you a happy day. Well, happy holidays to you too, Dylan. That's great. I mean, that's why I do this, because there's so many nice people on here. That's what's great about this little channel of mine. So many nice people. Edwin Jagger, that's one of the ones, one of those modern ones. But I'm sure anything like that, any modern, like well-made, like a Merkur, I'm going to say Merkur, Edwin Jagger, those kind of things. But I've never tried them myself. I've never tried them. What types of brushes? Hold on. Sorry. What type of brushes do you use? Because I need a new one. The one I use is like this cheap synthetic. I don't even know the brand, but look back on some of my old videos and I think I talk about it. But you know, any brush will do. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be expensive. It could be a badger. I mean, not badger. It could be a boar hair brush. You know, the more coarse bristles. My plan on Christmas is nothing. We're not doing anything. We're not going anywhere. We're just going to be here at home. Me and the wife and the kids. Shaving brush under $10. I can't because I don't know any of them. Good night from Florida. Good night, Patrick. No, I don't know. I've only bought one. Oh yeah, Mike. Send everybody a bottle of whiskey. I've only purchased like 2 shaving brushes, and they were, you know. Okay, here's my advice. If you want it cheap for under $10, go to your local. I don't know where you live, but go to your local pharmacy, like a Walgreens or a CVS or is Jewel Osco up in that part of the country? I don't know what's in Canada. Schnucks out there in near St. Louis. I don't know if that's right or not. But go to a pharmacy. They will have a good, decent working brush for under $10. That's my advice. They're out there. They're cheap. They're not fancy, but they'll work. I think I'll have one more splash of this in a minute. I'm going to pour it into the glass. I have a 3-year-old Yankee Black Tuxedo brushes. Some of the boar brushes can be expensive. Interesting. Where am I from? I'm from Houston. I have 3 of the Yaki Black Tuxedo brushes, and they are such great values for them over my expensive Badger brush. Yeah, I know. Just because it's expensive doesn't mean that it's better quality. What you drink? Yeah, scotch. Drinking some Macallan 12-year-old. Okay, Joy. You reach your office. were you watching and listening as you were drawing, or as you were driving? I'm glad you got there safe, buddy. See you on the next one. I'm from Russia, but still, thanks for the advice. Oh yeah. Well, see, I was in Moscow back in the early '90s. So back Christmas on a Tuesday. I know. I don't have a shaved end either, Chad. I just have a drawer and then my medicine cabinet. That's it. Where you live in Russia? Is it Pokik fan? How do you pronounce that? All right, I'm gonna pour just a splash more of this scotch. I wish y'all could join me in real life with this. I'm gonna swallow. Yeah. No, hurry up! Chug, Mark. Chug, chug. Is there a way to know when you're gonna live stream? Actually, I just about an hour and a half ago, I thought, hey, I should do another live stream just because it felt like one of those kind of nights. Hold on, I'm looking back in the live chat. Santiago asked, did you see the fall of the Soviet Union? I was there in 1994. I wasn't living there. My mom did. Pardon me. My goodness. My barbecue from earlier is coming back to say hello. I apologize. It's very rude of me. Any new upcoming shaving videos? Yeah, I guess the one next week. Probably Monday. What barbecue? Where did we get it from? We got it from Black's Barbecue in Lockhart this time. Billy is demanding I do a straight razor shave. No, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I tried it with that shavette, and I just can't justify the expense. I know. I don't know what the siren's for. There's a major highway about not even a mile, like half a mile that way. That's where you're hearing that from. No way, Billy. Can't do it. I tried that Chevette. It just didn't work. And then I can't justify the expense of buying. The P stands for Sea and Pacific. We got blood pressure Moscow in the 90s. Uh-oh, Edward. Maybe lay off the Barbasol for a while, Edward, and use a different product. Something more natural. Maybe get a better shaving soap rather than the Barbasol if it's not reacting well. What was I saying? Oh, yes. Now, is it Pochik? Can I say Pochik? Anyway, so 1994 in Moscow, it was just after the fall of communism. And it felt like it was kind of like the Wild West, like anything goes back then. Like they were selling, everything. They were selling, bits of military equipment, like fighter pilot helmets and things. They were selling jeans on the street. It was a fascinating. I was only there for about a week, and it was, like I said, it was 1994. My mom was living there, and it was a beautiful country. It was in Moscow, and then my mom lived with my stepdad right outside Moscow in a place called Ilinits, which is where back in the 50s Khrushchev had a dacha there. So it was very nice because it was an oil company. My stepdad worked for an oil company, so they put him up in like the finest. They had come into Russia after the fall of communism and said, there's lots of oil and we're going to help you find it. And so they treated them like kings, or treated them like Lenin or Stalin or Khrushchev or somebody. Anyway, but I remember the women were beautiful. I saw the most beautiful, and they were dressed like they had these gorgeous dresses on and high heels, and it was really something. It was like, wow, these, yeah, it was really something. And I went to the Kremlin. No, it was outside the Kremlin. I went to oh gosh, what's the church right there in Red Square, the famous one with the onion-shaped domes? Goodness, I'm drawing a blank on it. Anyway, I saw Lenin. I went in and saw Vladimir Lenin lying in state, as he has since he died. So that was fascinating. I saw the changing of the guard there at the Kremlin. So it was cool. It was a great. I went to the Bolshoi Ballet when we were there, and I'm not a ballet kind of guy. _B, your SinatraLennon. Vladimir Ulyanov Ilyich Lenin. Yeah, Boris Yeltsin was a riot funny drunk that I wanted to party with. Exactly, Bob. Got to party with that guy. Did you see that note? Did you see the schnoz on that guy? Russian women were beautiful. Yep, Ukraine had beautiful women. I wear jeans and t-shirts. Yep, same here. Macallan neat instead of over one ice cube, and it's always so interesting how different it tastes. Yeah, exactly. St. Basil's, thank you very much, Santiago. Hold on, let me look in the live chat, because it fades away on the iPad. How many countries have I been to? Actually, not that many. I've been to Canada. No, I live in the United States, so Canada, Mexico, England, Russia. I think that's it. So 4? Yeah. I've been to a lot of states in the United States, but actually only 4 countries outside the United States. My wife has been to every country. Like, she and her family just... Oh, yeah, I was in Ottawa. That's right. Beautiful city, Ottawa. Loved it. My wife, her family traveled constantly, and they still do. Her parents are in their 80s, and they're still traveling all over the place. They were just in, like Kazakhstan and Bosnia, and my father-in-law went to Antarctica recently. It's insane. It's incredible. They're in their 80s. I hope to be, as spry as they are in my 80s. Have I been to Idaho or Utah? No, I haven't. I've been to Nevada. They're both retired now, girl Alex. But my father-in-law was, I believe he was a petroleum chemical engineer for Exxon, and my mother-in-law worked at a testing company that did, like, put together standardized type testings for schools and things in there in New Jersey, I believe. They're great people. I married well. When did I visit England? The last time I was there was actually a year ago on Boxing Day. We flew in on Boxing Day for a family reunion, and watched George H.W. Bush. Yep, yeah, good old. Well, he wasn't from Texas, but he kind of was adopted by Texas, the former President Bush, and all that stuff just happened recently. The fallen leader. I want to visit St. Petersburg more than Moscow. Russians say that St. P has its cozy atmosphere. Russians believe the smartest. In fact, I think our friend went to St. Petersburg recently, like in the past 2 years, I believe. I can't remember if that's exact. No, I've never been to Australia. But I hear a lot of people that are from Australia. What is this? Oh, I got a little thing on my watch. New move record. Okay. Good night, Billy. People that live or from Australia that come to Central Texas say it reminds them of Australia. I guess it's kind of that rugged landscape. Being in Texas, what is my favorite gun? That's a stereotype that all Texans have guns. But my favorite gun is, no, I actually like, I do own like historic firearms, you know, like cowboy guns, I guess you'd say. Thumb busters, 6-shooters. So I have a couple of those, like cowboy type Old West guns. Nothing modern. I don't get into like, you know, things like AR-15s and things like that. I've never been a hunter, no. My stepfather's a big hunter. He grew up in Mississippi, so that's a huge hunting sort of community. I don't know what the word would be, but anyway, yeah. So look at that. What's that? What's that glowing thing? I think we just caught a UFO on live tape, and a raccoon, a big fat raccoon that came through the yard earlier. In case you weren't there, firefly. No firefly this time of year. It was definitely a UFO because I don't know what it was. Best Western film. Lonesome Dove. My favorite is Lonesome Dove. And the Young Guns, the original Young Guns, and Young Guns too. Both those are fantastic. I love those. Good Westerns. What about y'all? What do you think? Do you have a favorite? You hear the airplane flying over? There's sirens, airplanes. You like Ballad of... Back to the Future, too. I started watching Ballad of Buster Scruggs, but I couldn't get... I think the last one I watched was the Tom Waits one. Westworld? Yeah, like the new Westworld or the original one? Because I like the original one from the 70s. I tried to like the new one, but I just couldn't get into it. Hold on. Something serious going on around me, I know. Tell me about it. Hold on. Read here. We have a few people in our area that hunt deer in our woods where we live. Yeah, where do you live, Chad? I don't remember. It's hard to keep track, you know. I don't know if that's an airplane or a helicopter. The original, yes, exactly. It was 3. To continue studying. Well, have a good one. See you on the next time. Ohio? People are messing around. Yeah, exactly. Somebody's calling the cops on the UFOs. Local news chopper saying, yeah. I need to get rid of these matches. Hold on one second. Don't call the cops. I'm back. You're supposed to call the cops if the raccoon got me earlier. I had to chase him off over the fence, but he was over on the other side. Oh, sorry. Oh, man. When I got up that last time to go throw away those matches, put the pipes away, my hip almost gave out. It's terrible. Terrible getting older. Are you all getting older? Same there. Wait, I heard another noise in the distance. No, I don't really do Instagram. And Facebook I keep just for family members. Yes, everyone is getting older every day. You're right, Alex. But no, I'm not into social media, really. I think it's caused more problems than it's solved. Certainly, in our country, probably everywhere. Yeah, I think Mark Zuckerberg probably is an alien the way he talks. Almost like he's pretending to be human. Oh yeah, The Lost Boys. That was a huge movie back in what was that, 1988, something like that. All my friends on the dorm floor, we were really into The Lost Boys for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's a pretty good movie, but I'm not sure why we were really into it. But we were, and the soundtrack too. For some reason, we were listening to the soundtrack like constantly. Pardon. Okay. Hey, Andrew. Alex, I saw your question about 5 times. Hold on a second. There's a reason why I wasn't saying anything. Okay, so sometimes when I do these live streams, my wife is never out here, but she comes outside sometimes, and and it's not. She's like, don't talk about me. Don't put me on. So no, she's gone now. But she was sitting here on the other side of the iPad for the past about 5 minutes. So Alex, I saw your question like 4 or 5 times. My wife caught me with you, Alex. It's terrible. I know, you could tell, right? And then you kept asking, what does your wife do? What does your wife do? I was like, I can't say anything. Because she's so shy about it. It's so funny. And that's why, like, when I got up to go put that thing away, it was just so I could kill time until I came back. Because, as I'm talking to you guys, she, like, looks over at me and then goes, like, gives me a look, like, the old roll of the eyes. It's like, what? I know it doesn't translate. I know she doesn't understand. If you're not into this sort of thing, you don't understand. Anyway, she's going to bed now. Oh, I know. So it's kind of like, how all those of you that are married, your wife or your husband are generally not into the things you're into, like generally, and like sometimes they like either like roll their eyes or have disdain or something for things you do, or just don't understand. That's kind of what this is. She doesn't care, she doesn't understand, but when she's sitting 5 feet from me on the other side of the iPad, I know. God. Her stupid husband sitting out here by himself on the porch talking to a bunch of people he's never met in real life. Oh my goodness. Yeah, fireside chats. That's right. I'm like FDR. Let's add that to the list. I'm SinatraLennon, the Bob Ross, FDR of shaving and sitting on the porch. Oh my goodness. So silly. Oh no, don't be sorry, girl Alex. Goodness gracious. Alex girl's coming clean, guys. Look out. Best life, yeah. Guys are in on the real stuff. Yeah, Lost Boys, 53, that movie. I know. Women are always getting their husbands to look. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I know. I used a safety razor yesterday, and it was my first time I had to abort the mission after 2 minutes because of severe cuts and nicks. Santiago, she doesn't watch the videos. She doesn't watch them. She doesn't want to be part of them. But that's okay. You know, she does her things, I do mine. And we're married, and we're happy, and we got kids, and that's how you. That's the secret to marriage. Is you're together, but you're doing your own stuff in your own little sphere, but you're still together. Okay. Caden, you're still there? Okay, just making sure. What the hell was I saying? Oh, pardon my French. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, Nur Sultan. What kind of safety razor was it? Was it a really aggressive one? Was it a cheap one? Was it an expensive one? Tell me more about your experience, and maybe I can help. But it could be a combination of how the blade was put in and other things, what kind of razor it was. Yeah, the FDR shaving, I know. Find a happy medium when it comes to marriage and everything. Cheap one from eBay. Yeah, that might be it. It could have, like, the blade could have been, was it a butterfly? Came from Texas, really. I didn't send it. It wasn't me, I swear. Was it a butterfly razor, or was it like a 3-part where you screw the top off and then you have to put it back down? Butterfly, okay, well. Was it adjustable? Was it the kind where you can, can go from 1 to 11? You seem like a very happy man. Yeah, I try, man, I try. Oh, Cry Little Sister. Oh my gosh, Eddie, that was Cry Little Sister, thou shalt not be. I love that song. Love it. Okay, not adjustable. All right, we're trying to help out Nur Sultan right now. Well, oh, she's a teacher, Alex. She's a teacher. Sorry, we went through all the whole thing. I didn't even answer you. She's a teacher. Anywho, Nur Sultan, I would have to see what your setup is. Maybe the blade wasn't set in there correctly, or maybe the razor's not, a good enough kind of razor. Maybe it was too aggressive. Maybe you were pressing too hard, perhaps. Just like press real lightly, I don't know if it was a heavy razor or a light razor, but if it was cheap, it's probably lighter than you would expect from, your mom's a teacher too? Cool. Ane? What blade? Yeah, what kind of blade did you use, Nur Sultan? I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, but I'm trying. That's my job. My job is to be able to pronounce things the first time, but sometimes it's hard. Gillette 7 o'clock. Well, that's not bad. That's not a bad blade. That's not too sharp from what I understand of those. But I'm not sure. Yeah. Look out, _B and Alex are having a little flirt fest tonight on the Hangout. I'm bringing people together. Oh, good. Good job. Look at that. Oh, stop it, B. Oh, stop it. I'm just stirring things up, y'all. I'm just having fun. It's the Scotch talking. Yeah, don't wake your husband up. Oh God, what would he say if he knew you were flirting with some stranger on the internet with an underscore for a first name? Sorry. Do you have headphones on, girl Alex? Feathers are sharp. Ane, which whiskey am I enjoying today? Hello from India. I'm having the Macallan 12-year-old double cask single malt Scotch in Glencairn. Oh, it's good stuff. I wish I could share this with all y'all. No, I know, talking to a bunch of men. Your husband's asleep on the couch, and you're talking to a bunch of strange men on the internet. Oh, that's a recipe for divorce or something. Or just like a stern look the next day. Look at your browsing history and you're watching men shave themselves. That's terrible. Exactly. No, I've never shaved while intoxicated, and I'm only slightly intoxicated now, Nursultan. Underscore B, making it happen. Making it happen on the SinatraLennon. Uh, exactly what we were talking about, Girl Alex. He does his thing, you do your own. I always recommend Edwin Jagger DE89. Good night, Chad. I'll make you another shaving video, don't you worry, coming up next week. Men shave themselves? I cannot stand that. I know. Caden, it's a rare one tonight. It is. I don't know why. I think it started with that pipe smoking and went on to the scotch and on to the more scotch. Hope we don't get a community strike for slight drunkenness. Ane, this is Ane or an I? I'm gonna think it's an I. I smoked a pipe earlier, but you missed it. It's, well, oh dang it, this is just the tobacco. Oh, behave. Yeah, so this is a pipe smoking, whiskey drinking episode tonight. It's a beautiful night here on the porch, 12 degrees Celsius, 54 degrees. You're in the garage smoking and drinking wine. There you go. Ane. I got it right. See, I second guessed myself, Ane. I got Nursultan and Ane tonight. And we got Santiago, of course. I know. I think it's, no, that's okay. You didn't miss too much. I think it's because the holidays are coming up, the, Christian American holidays. When I say holidays, pardon me, I mean Christmas over here in America and all over the world in certain places, depending on what you practice, and whatever you practice is fine with me. This practice makes perfect. Well, I don't know how long this should go on. It's going on for an hour and 27. Alex is feeling her oats tonight. Girl Alex is having a good time. She's into her cups. She's having a nice cigarette, hanging out in the garage. I'm hanging out on the porch. Underscore B's flirting away. This is what this is all about. This is the fun of the internet. It's hanging out with people you've never met and might never meet. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? Shouldn't we like have a giant meetup somewhere? Hello, Vexton. It's time for breathing and being the only two things that matter. Breathing and being. It's the wine's fault. It's the wine. In vino veritas, Girl Alex. That's Latin for you're a little bit drunk right now. And that's okay. That's okay. C, that's Spanish for, yes. Convention center? Exactly, yeah. We'll have, that big shaving convention they have out in Anaheim, California every year. What's it called? What's it called? Comic Con? Yeah, big shaving con out there. Let's all meet up in the convention center, and then the party back at the hotel room, my hotel room, after party. I'll see you all there. Bring the scotch. We'll shave each other down. This is getting too much. You can flirt when you're sober, underscore. Don't pretend like you're not. Come on, man. Come on. This is turned into a dating channel all of a sudden with Girl Alex. Well, I wouldn't say complimentary. BYOB. BYOS. The Rosemont Convention Center, that Star Wars thing's coming up, isn't it, in Chicago? That's where we'll meet. We'll all go to the Star Wars thing coming up in Chicago. Party in my hotel room. Rockwell razors flying through the air, scotch pouring down everywhere, and shaving cream and whipped cream. It's going to be insane. You're not even going to know what to do with yourself. Well, if there was a shaving con, I'm not flirting. I'm just talking. This is my channel. I have to be on the up and up completely. I'm just acting like a complete moron saying silly things for your entertainment, I guess. What's worse, Texas sun, Washington rain? Washington rain because they don't have to worry about actually living in Texas. Oh, Vexton, you're terrible. I love these Glencairn glasses. They're good. They're the perfect thing for really getting Dean Martin vibe. I have to pass now. I have a Dean Martin vibe here. Pass? Yeah, these are good for really getting your nose in the whiskey. Really experiencing it and thinking about it. Like if you're drinking out of a tumbler like this, like a rocks glass, you're just kind of like You're drinking, you're not even paying attention. But this is kind of like, you got to hold it like in a fancy way. You got to kind of put your pinky out, hold it by this little thing. You have to swirl it around like a brandy glass. Put your nose down in it. Good stuff. Shave Nation. Yeah, I must have. That's not Geo Fat Boy, is it? Shave Nation? Star Wars nerds. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. I say nerds in a loving way, because I consider myself that. Yeah, Geo Fat Boy. Yeah, he's great. Yeah. Has he done anything recently? Girl Alex, did you see my communicator videos from the Star Trek ones earlier? Hopefully you did. Before Star Wars came along in the 70s, I was all about Star Trek. And then Star Wars came along, and that was, I mean, I still love the original series Star Trek. But yeah, Geo Fat Boy's good. Geo Fat Boy's one of the main ones I started watching. I haven't either, because I don't know. I think I'm subscribed to him, but I haven't seen too much stuff come from him, too much content. Fan of Marvel? You know, I'm kind of done with all the comic book movies now. I feel like it's just, I loved Iron Man. I love the original Avengers. And I just feel like there's too much. I feel like there's just too much now. And I watched the last Avengers and it was fine. I think I like the new Spider-Man more than anything, but I like everything space and supernatural. Oh yeah, X-Files. But yeah, I think I've had enough with the comic book movies for a while. But that's just me. That's just me. I'm the guy who bought the Star Trek communicator from a friend. Good, cool, good job. Put what you're drinking in the description below so you can remember and go buy it. Yeah, I'll try to figure out how to do that. If not, just remember this. Macallan 12 double cask. Does Thanos shave? If he does, he shaves very poorly. Because have you seen those scratches down his chin? He's just carved divots into his skin. He's a terrible shaver. Yeah, but that's just me, you know. Comic book film is just too much. Too much. There's too many. I mean, there's a bunch of characters that are in these movies that, when I was a kid, it's like nobody cared about those movies. Which whiskey should I give my father on his 50th? 50th anniversary or 50th birthday? Have you watched, Eddie, have you watched Revenge of the Nerds lately? Do you think Texas would be what it is today if Pope left alone at the time? I'd have to look into that, Santiago. I'm not sure. 50th, oh, so you're a young guy, Ane. How old are you, Ane? Because I'm almost 50 myself. You can take a screenshot of the, yeah, there you go. Hold the bottle. I held up the bottle. Maybe then I was trying my shavette. Yeah. 21, okay. Well, your dad had you when he was young. Kind of like my dad. My dad was 23 when he had me. What does your dad like? Because it's, you know, whiskey is a very specific thing, a very subjective thing. Do you have any idea what he likes? Because there are some whiskeys that I absolutely cannot stand. Frank's not just currently the top 70 most listened to. Yeah, Vexton. Frank Sinatra was the man. Oh, underscore B is only 25. He likes older women, and you should. Actually, I don't know how old Alex is. Girl Alex, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have assumed your age. Anywho, Porch Time Sinatra. Good night. Good night, Merry Christmas, Bill. And best to you and yours this holiday season, and a Happy New Year. Joyeux Noël, Bonne Année, Feliz Navidad, all that stuff. Ever grow my hair out? Yes, earlier. Sounds like someone's asking for me to flirt with them. Yeah, exactly. Wait, who are you talking about? Girl Alex, I'm confused now. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I used to, oh, you're young. You're youngsters. Girl Alex is 33, underscore's 25, I'm 48. I'm the old man on this channel. The old man in the sea. Oh, and Argentina. Isn't that fascinating? Chicago, Argentina. Is Argentina the same time zone as all of us? Are you of Italian, Irish ancestry? Not. What are you? I have a tiny bit of Irish. I'm mostly German, Danish, and English. Yeah. Yeah, how old is everybody on this hangout right now? We got 31. We got Wolf Ranger is ageless, of course. Um, Girl Alex is 33. Underscore is 25. Santiago's 24. Matthew Sanders is 19. NYC KNP's 29. I got everybody beat. I got some Nur Sultan awesome racial ethnic composition. Nur Sultan, where are you from? You're 27. Are you in India, Nur Sultan? Teasing. Cool. 100 BC. Eddie's 100 BC. There's no other girls, Girl Alex. You're the only girl that's ever been on one of these hangouts. I swear. I swear you are. See, Gold Dot 370, you're 41. All right, 40s. Let's hear it for the 40s. Oh, yeah, Mark. Dang it. You're the oldest at 53. Well, you got 5 years on me, buddy. You think you got everybody, that's all I'm saying. I feel special. You are special. Despite how old we are, we all feel it. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think probably. Oh, you got Mike's at 50. It's good. We got some folks born in the 60s and early 70s here tonight. That's good. We're holding down that end of it, the spectrum. Then we got a lot of folks in their 20s and early 30s. And but yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. It's been an hour and 37 minutes now. We got 33 people hanging out. Oh yeah, Mike, you're supposed to send out some bottles of liquor to everybody. No, not really. I actually gifted the last little bit of that bottle of whiskey to my buddy Chuck, who I mentioned earlier was a big X-Files fan. He was having a rough day a few weeks ago, and so I handed it on to him. I don't know if that's magnanimous or not. There's only this much left, but he'd never tried it before. As they say, pay it forward, right? Well, I think this is going to be the last of the scotch tonight. Let's end it and sign off as being the best live chat ever. Yeah, it was a pretty good one. There was a lot of flirtation. There was a lot of banter. There was I will, Girl Alex. I'll tell Chuck that you said hi from Chicago. There's a lot of talk of shave conventions and watching strange men shave themselves on the internet, which is a whole other realm I'm not sure about. We had a raccoon attack earlier. If you weren't here for that. Hey, you're welcome, Wolf Ranger. There was a raccoon. It wasn't really an attack, was it? It was just hang out in the back. Remember to message me when you're in LA. That's right. Have a great night, everybody. That was the end of another Spinal of the Twitch. I watched this. Oh, well, Craig, I don't know. Watching strange men shaving themselves wearing nothing but a towel. That's not an image you necessarily want. But anyway, thanks for joining me, everybody. This is fun. We'll see everybody at Girl Alex's hotel room in Chicago. You bring the scotch, I'll bring the razors. We'll get some whipped cream, and it's going to be a heck of a night. Merry Christmas, everybody, if you celebrate Christmas. Happy holidays if you don't. And hello from Texas to India to Argentina to Australia to everybody. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, Nur Sultan. And I'll make the next thing will be a see you, Eddie. Don't drink that Osage rub. And the next thing will be a normal. See you, Caden. Will be a normal shaving video. See you, Mike. And good luck, Nur Sultan. Let us know how it goes. Okay. _ See you later. And I guess that's it from here in Texas. On a few days before Christmas, a beautiful night out here on the porch with all you guys and gals. And I'll see you next time.